All right, we are live. Today, I am meeting with Nicholas Williams, the CEO of Now Interactives, a global supply chain manufacturer. Nick moves products around the world for companies, and he also has three private label brands, MediNow, Eat Now, Sandy Now, through which he sells products in the healthcare, food, and health and safety industries. So, welcome, Nick. Did I get that right?
Yeah, spot on. Now you
Uh,
nailed it.
all right. I'm so honored that you're joining me today. Thank you so much for being here. I was first introduced to you last year at the FSMSDC conference in um, Fort Lauderdale, I think it was, or
Yep.
maybe, yeah. And just your authenticity, your faith, humility, your confidence just really inspired me. And so I knew then that I wanted to talk to you and get to know you a bit better. And so I'm just really thankful to have you here today. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
So Leaders Talk Communications is all about highlighting new how leaders manage communications at their business or their nonprofit so that other leaders can learn from you. It's all about Nick Williams as leader and
Mhm.
communicator. So let's just jump right in. Tell us about your work, Nick, and what inspires you most about what you do.
Well, once again, thanks for having me today. Really appreciate it, and it was great meeting. I think this comes full circle. It's probably about what a little bit over a year now that we
Yeah,
met.
yeah.
So I appreciate your support over time. We are, to your point, you nailed it. We're a manufacturing and distribution business. We play across various business verticals. We do our own manufacturing. We do our own importing, and we do our own distribution. And we work with the big distribution companies such as Medline, Granger, U.S. Foods, Gordon Foods, etc.,
Mm-hmm.
to move our products. Um, but overall, I think for me, with the business, what really inspired me to create this business is honestly building a family legacy
Yeah.
for myself, my wife, my son. Um, this is a this business is not just me alone doing my thing, right? It's
Yeah.
having a strong, beautiful black woman and at home to hold it down and take care of our family while I'm out running around trying to conquer the world. So it's really
Yeah.
a partnership, and my wife is also my business partner. So
Yeah.
it really works. We have a really good dynamic from a business standpoint, but my family is what truly inspires me, and obviously my faith in God to go out and do what we do.
Yeah, I mean that leaving a legacy for your child, for your wife, for your family, building generational wealth that will last long beyond you. I think that's so wonderful that that's your focus and that's what inspires you.
Yeah.
I'm curious about what inspired the name of your company and the lion symbol that you've got there. As another Leo, our birthdays are 2 days apart. I didn't tell you this. My birthday was August 17th.
Oh,
So
happy
we're
belated.
2 days apart. Happy birthday
How-
to you too. Thank
Yeah.
you. So anyway, I don't want to presume that lion is related to that, but I'm curious where the name of your company comes from.
Well, you presumed right. so
Ah,
so
Leo.
I am a Leo. I am every bit of a lion.
Same.
That logo is very intentional, and the name is actually, I give all credit to my mom. So my name is actually Nicholas Arain Williams.
Yeah.
So it's Now is my initials. So and then the
Oh, wow.
lion
Okay.
incorporated
Oh,
in the middle.
I didn't even catch that. And Orain is spelled with an O, I take
Yeah,
it.
with an O.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, I love
yeah.
that. Oh wow, okay, mystery solved. So you're operating on a global scale with
Yeah.
within multiple industries. Talk to me about the different stakeholders that you communicate with and where you feel that you as Nick Williams thrive in connecting with those different stakeholders.
Great question. Oftentimes I tell my wife, I'm like, sometimes this is kind of surreal because those stakeholders we deal with are, those it's the big names, right?
Yeah.
Um, and it's not taken for granted, right? Because it's a privilege to be here, and to have this opportunity. And I'm super grateful. So I wanted to start off by saying that. We work with, some of the largest organizations, when it comes to stakeholders, whether it's us being contracted with GPOs such as Premier Inc., which is a GPO within healthcare. A GPO,
Define GPO for folks who may
yeah.
not.
So GPO is Group Purchasing Organization. So in the healthcare industry, the big three are Vizient, Health Trust, and Premier. And we hold contracts with Premier and also Vizient. And
Mm,
what we're doing is we work directly with stakeholders within Premier, but not only that, they open the doors for us to healthcare systems all across the country.
yeah.
The GPOs basically what they do is they pre-negotiate contracts for the healthcare industry. Everything from a syringe to the gowns that they wear to the pharmaceuticals that's used to the shovels that go into the ground before the buildings are built,
Wow.
so on and so forth. So they're very much so very sticky within the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and we're blessed to have those contracts. So we work with heads of supply chain, so chief procurement officers at various hospital systems across the country, as well as directors of procurement, as through the GPO space, and then obviously with our GPO, we work with leadership, for a C-suite, as well as the contract analysts that are very important. And then there's the field force roster that oversees specific regions across the country that
Yeah.
we communicate with in order to connect with those specific health systems within those regions. And then in terms of the facilities management piece, we work with companies such as ABM. They're a publicly traded company, and we work with them on a wide range of different products to support their janitorial services.
Yeah.
And that's all C-suite as well, procurement, as well as working on the commissioner level in Miami-Dade County to obviously educate them about who we are and what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so definitely a lot of C-suite folks that we work with in terms of stakeholders,
Yeah.
and then obviously working with the end users, because it's important to understand what the end users need as well, right? I think oftentimes people get caught up with C-suite, not focusing on what the end users are, the actual ones that's influencing the actual requests of those products that come from the top.
Yeah. And so those end users would be possibly hospitals or restaurants and
Yeah.
others, right?
Yeah,
And
hospitals,
so
restaurants, government, et cetera.
government. So you're kind of working both ends
Yep.
in your communication. Um, that's really smart, by the way.
Mhm.
So what is it about you as Nick Williams that you think creates that level of trust and comfort to for both ends of the spectrum to say, yeah, we want Now Interactives to manage this for us?
Everybody wants a quote unquote seat at the table or an opportunity to work with these organizations. The level of detail and discipline responsibility that comes with it is a lot, right?
Mhm, mhm,
And I'm grateful for my team. My years of playing football allowed me to be a stickler for attention to detail.
mm,
Our coaches would break down practice into segments of, 2 to 3 minutes, and we would go through it. And then if we made a mistake on a play, we're on the clock, and then we'd come back and would, stay after practice, repeat this play, do this, and then show up to meetings. So my life has always been lived on a very structured, disciplined schedule, right?
wow, yeah,
And that's
mhm,
what football has taught me. So what I've done is just brought those interpersonal skills over to corporate America, and I've applied them.
yeah,
Um, and obviously it's not just that, because there's a learning curve here. But I just think when you look from the lens of being an athlete and the disciplines that you went through, there's no difference in corporate America. My playbook is right
Mm,
now my playbook in the sense of the industries that I'm involved in, right? And you
yeah.
just study the industry, understand the dynamics, and connect with the right people and build those relationships. So I owe all of that to football, right?
Wow. I
Because
love that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So I know I told you 15, 20 minutes, but I want to go down other questions. In order to establish those relationships and create that level of trust, it sounds like you're obviously a student of industry, that you're studying the industry, that you learn the industry, that you spend the time as you did in football, learning the playbook, creating your playbook and learning. Um, in order to get in the door, what is it? What is the secret sauce for you? Is it a series of continuous engagements? Is it a phone call? Is it an ask for someone for an introduction? What is the I was going to ask this question anyway, so I guess we can answer it now. Like, what's the best communications vehicle or platform that you found that's allowed you to communicate most effectively with people who are most important to your business, to the
sure.
success of your business?
No, I agree. That's a great question. The I think all of the above, honestly.
Hmm.
Um, you know, there has to be various touch points in order to build relationship.
Yeah.
And the core of it is relationship. I think, I'm good at several things, but I'm really great at relationships
Uh-huh.
and staying engaged on all areas of connection, whether it be LinkedIn,
Hmm.
going attending these conferences. People want to see you.
Yeah. I
It's
saw
the
you at a food conference, on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
literally just got back yesterday from
Uh-huh.
Vegas from US Foods conference.
Yeah.
And but it's being present at these conferences. And it's not saying you got to go to every single conference, but it's being present when it matters, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's
And you know what? Being present is not just being there, but right,
yeah,
but being present, being with people and hearing them and seeing them and listening.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
extremely important to connect and just be present. As I mentioned, we I attend a lot of business functions. I'm very personable when it comes to LinkedIn and just kind of bringing people um, into my life and my world. I think that's important because
Yeah.
oftentimes we get caught up in this rat race and we forget that we're human beings, right?
Yeah. Like your
So
40th birthday post, I saw that, I love the
all,
way you focus on family. You're a
yeah,
human, and that's
yeah.
important.
And we all are, right? So
Yeah.
I think people can connect with that. It's authentic, it's real.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you leave your desk, you go home to your family just like everyone else, right?
Yeah.
So if you
Yeah.
could connect with someone from that standpoint, I think everything else would take care of itself. Because to be honest, fortunately, I'm in a world where I'm not chasing leads per se.
Mhm.
It's just really staying relevant and curating those relationships the right way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that way, you can continue to get the business because people do business with people they like.
Yeah.
Everyone sells a paper cup, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But what makes you want to buy Nick Williams paper cup, right? So it's
Mhm.
it's all driven by the relationship.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Thank you. Talk to us a bit. We all have challenges as leaders in communicating, whether it's internally with our staff or externally. And I want people to learn from a challenge that you may have faced and how you overcame it or how you handled it. What's one of the biggest communications challenges that you faced as a leader, and how did you handle that, Nick?
Uh, so one of the so being in healthcare, it's the dynamics are crazy, and the level of detail is even crazier, right? With the U.S. healthcare system on supply chain, um,
Mhm.
we've been challenged with products that we've sent to organizations where maybe something was on the label, but someone didn't see it, and then having to take that on and coming across in a way that you're educating and not reprimanding and telling someone they did not. I think that's one of the biggest challenges that we as humans just continue to deal with, because you deal with personality, right?
Mhm.
Personalities are big everywhere, right? And you have to be able to navigate around those personalities, because you never want someone to feel that they're wrong. You want someone to feel that, hey, how can we work on this together, and how can we create a solution around it? And then
Yeah.
obviously you want to take accountability for things if you are wrong about it. um, but ultimately we've faced challenges, and we will continue to face those challenges as we continue to grow in the right direction. Oftentimes the personalities is, I would say, the biggest challenge that we face.
Mhm.
um, I'm I don't have to do much when I walk into a room, because I'm a blessed man of God. So when I walk in, my personality and the light just radiates. And I
Yeah.
think
I
oftentimes
will
that
say that
it's
that is
become a
definitely
challenge.
true.
Yeah,
That is
and it's a challenge in certain times, right? Because not everyone understands that, and I don't have to say anything. I just have to sit down. But ultimately, you know, you don't want to come across intimidating, but you also
Mhm.
don't want to dim your light because of
Yeah.
someone else's insecurities. So I those are the challenges that we continue to face, and we continue to thrive and push through. And I think the solutions around it for me and for my team is just double downing on who we are,
Mhm.
and just showcasing the value of our work.
Yeah.
And then that all speaks for itself, right? And then the chips fall where they may.
Yeah. Being who you are, staying true to who you are, your values, your beliefs, your faith, knowing, I mean, the confidence that you exude from being a man of God is evident. I thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so my last question is, if you could wave a magic wand, Nick, what would you want the world to understand most deeply about you or the work that you're doing at Now Interactive? Now Interactives, sorry.
Um, I would say understand who I am and understand my faith. I think that's the biggest and the only thing that I'm focused on, because once again, the dimming of the light thing, being who you are and being unapologetic about it, um, you know, more often than not, it's challenged, right? And I
Mhm.
think
You mean
that,
your faith is challenged or your
well,
beliefs are challenged?
I think who I am as a man is challenged, and then which ties back to my faith, and I can't help but to be Nick Williams.
Yeah,
It's I'm not loud about, hey, I'm Nick Williams, I'm here. It's God's light. Nick is here, right?
mhm, mm,
So I think what I would like for, if I could wave a magic wand, is I'm human just like everyone else. That's why, as I mentioned earlier, is like, when I do my LinkedIn posts, I want it to be personable, because we're all human beings, right? We have families. I'm doing this for my family, just like someone works in corporate America and doing it for their family, right?
yeah,
And we all have responsibilities. And we, as entrepreneurs, we go out there and we risk it all, right?
yeah,
And someone who is working in a different position where they're working for a company, they don't understand the sacrifices that we make.
yeah,
So that's what I mean by just understand me for who I am, because the sacrifices I'm making and the disciplines that we're making, and to get here, it's not easy, right? But I think what happens often is, once people get to know us and they have a call with us, or they have some type of interaction with me and my team, they start to understand that light that
yeah.
shines through us very well. So
Oh,
that's the
that's
magic wand I would wave.
yeah, no, that's great. Thank you so much.
Um,
I wish you so much continued success, Nick. I'm so grateful that you joined me today, and thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Hopefully, I'll see you
thank you for
around
having
town
me.
or something. All right, thank you.
Thank you.